Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about.
Today on Fans with Bands, it's time for Music Notes with Nuno. Check it out.
Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and it's time for Musical Notes with Nuno. What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. The
Yeah,
holidays are good for you?
Yeah. For
Yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay,
That's
great.
good, man. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So what's been going on in your world over in Portugal?
In Portugal. Well, I've resumed my work ever since the holidays are over. I had a couple of days off prior to Christmas.
Yeah.
And now I've resumed work, and I'm going to keep also on Substack. I've got some things lined up for the future, for the near future, actually.
Nice.
Actually, an interview with this guy from this band. I don't know if you can see that.
Rogue Male?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, man.
It's mid-80s, kind of it is a British band. I think it's quite interesting, you know.
Cool.
And I'm in the process of finishing the essay because I did an email interview with the guy from the band.
Oh, awesome.
I bought the T-shirt, but this was the guy said to me, "Well, no, I don't. I asked for an M, okay, because I'm an M. I'm a small guy. I'm not buff, you know." So, and I asked for an M. He said, "Well, I don't have an M, but an L would suit you fine." Okay, and I said, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Bring it on, you know.
Yeah.
And when the package arrived, this is an XL, so I have I have a jacket. I have a jacket on. I have a T-shirt on. And this is still, you know, this is still baggy. I can still sleep in this, you know. Look.
Maybe some really super hot washing. You know?
Yeah.
Super hot washing and like a hot dryer.
Yeah, maybe that like in the movies, it will shrink to a baby size or a cuddler or something like that, right?
Yeah, man.
Like we see in the movies. Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah,
awesome.
I've made a new order, a new purchase, so it'll send me an L. So hopefully next time we are together, I'll have a right size T-shirt with me. So
yeah, excellent, man. That's cool.
That's it. Yeah.
Cool, man. Awesome. Yeah. So I think we had kind of chatted via email about what we were thinking about we've got a laundry list of things we can talk about. But I think we were going to talk about some bands that got better with time and continue to get better.
I was doing my my little list of bands I believe I should talk about, and I was gonna say yes, bands that get better with age, or bands that have continuously shown quality in their releases. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, because there are bands that take a band like Kreator, for instance. I don't think they've ever released a bad album per se, but some releases are better, some are worse, at least to our personal, personal taste. And because, for instance, in Kreator's term, talking about Kreator, Cause for Conflict is an album that the fans don't really like, because it's kind of a divisive record. For some fans, it's too extreme. It doesn't have the original drummer on, Ventor. It has... I believe the guy from Whiplash, Tony Scaglione or something like that. I don't know if that's his name. It's some sort of Italian name of Italian heritage, I believe.
Right.
And the drumming is phenomenal, by the way. The guy, I think, honestly, he blows Ventor out of the water every day of the week. He really does, because his drumming is really exceptional on the release. But the release itself, it's not one that you can say, oh, it's got that song, it's got Terrible Certainty, or Como of Souls. No, it doesn't have that vibe. Probably the best song, or the most well-known song, would be probably Isolation, I believe, or Lost. Lost was also a single from the album. And so what I want to say is that it's not that we're going to talk trash about a band. Of course, bands like Metallica would probably be out of this list, because I don't think they are releasing their best music now.
Right.
Of course, maybe AC/DC. I think they're dragging a little bit right now with those releases, just with Angus on board, and I think is his uncle that's playing guitar, George Young, I believe.
George.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's one.
isn't
It's
he
an uncle. I
nephew?
think he's a.
Is it uncle? Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's his uncle, but I believe it's a family member,
All
maybe
right.
a cousin, a distant cousin. I don't know. His
Yeah.
family is big. It's huge, actually. Young family seems to be huge. But the releases, for instance, I don't like. I don't really release that doesn't gel for me. Would be Stiff Upper Lips.
Oh yeah.
I can't wrap my head around that
Well,
release.
yeah. Well, for me, like AC/DC
Yeah.
is like some other bands that do like a bell curve, right? They peak and then they kind
Yeah.
of like slowly and decline's probably not the right word. Like you said, they may create
Dip
quality
in
music.
quality, just a
Yeah.
slight, just a
Yeah.
slight. Yeah, it's still the band. It's still AC/DC. You'll hear it. It's still AC/DC. It's got quality. It's got good drumming. It's got good singing. It's got good bass rhythms. The elements, the ingredients are all there, but it's like there's something missing, and the thing that is missing would be the brother that died. Would be
Malcolm.
Malcolm Young. Yeah. That was the secret sauce,
And there was just like a level of I mean, you don't want AC/DC to change because you love how they sound.
No, that would be like changing Motorhead or something like that. That would be, completely off off limits completely.
Right. But you feel like there's something like you said, some element missing. And I don't know if it's just because it doesn't sound fresh to us anymore, as much as it did when we first heard, like
maybe,
Sin City. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's kind of because I've the first record I heard from the band that I heard through, I really know that record would be The Razor's Edge. Okay, that would be the first record that I heard, and then I progressed. I remember the Ball Breaker coming out. Okay, that. I really liked I really loved actually that song and the video for they did for the Last Action Hero movie.
Oh
the John McTiernan movie. You see do you remember that where it was a guitar duel between him and Arnold Schwarzenegger on stage. The stage itself had a big, long barrel of a gun, with a light, and that sort of mischief, that sort of ambiguity of their lyrics, because they're always talking about sex one way or the other. AC/DC talk about sex. That's a given, So, but that period of the band I know really well, but I can't say that I at the moment, now that I know all the catalog. For me personally, I believe Power Rage will be my favorite release. By the band. Okay. Followed closely by Highway to Hell, maybe. Even the first record, it has a sort of innocence to it that I like,
For sure.
But I if we're going to talk about AC/DC, I love of course, I adore the albums with Bon Scott, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I saw back, so I'm a little bit older than you, and at the time,
just a little bit.
They had Don Kirshner's rock concert, and they had AC/DC on there with Bon Scott, and I was like, "What is this?" I was blown away. But that was at the time that AC/DC was really getting popular in the United States, when like Dirty Deeds was like all over.
Dirty Deeds, yeah.
And so everybody was all into that, and then of course, then Bon Scott dies like shortly after. That becomes popular, and then
Bon Scott took the wind out of their sails, but
but they came back with it. I mean, they really came back as far as like a band.
Definitely they did. A fantastic record, and when I believe that's one of the greatest tribute albums ever, and Brian Johnson, when he he wrote the lyrics for "Have a Drink on Me" as a tribute to Bon. That was just phenomenal, that's. But going in that direction throughout the 80s, there's for those about to rock, which is, it's not a bad record.
It's okay.
It has some. Yeah, it's okay. It's got more variety. It's not straight ahead AC/DC, if that makes sense, because we have songs like COD,
Yeah.
Some songs that have more groove and more, they're not so straightforward, like a song like Highway to Hell, Whole Lotta Rosie,
Yeah.
the Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap,
Yeah.
they're
Sin
not so
City.
direct. Yeah,
I
Sin
love that
City,
song.
okay.
Yeah. that is so good.
But kudos to them for trying to do that, And then
Oh
there's
yeah.
Flick of the Switch, which I believe it's a good record, and it's still a good record, and I believe that's the last one with Phil Rudd on drums until Ballbreaker, or it's the first with Simon Phillips. I don't know.
I can't remember.
I'm talking to you in this train of thought, and I just
I
draw a
can't
blank
remember.
sometimes. Yeah, yeah, but I believe that. Well, for those about to rock, it's definitely Phil Rudd on drums. That is a given.
Yeah.
But I believe that Flick of the Switch would be the last album before he returned.
Yeah.
On the Ballbreaker sessions. Something I didn't know is that for the Ballbreaker sessions, because the drummer was Chris Slade, and Chris Slade had been rehearsing at his home, but they would send tapes back and forth to him so that he started drumming to them, because that's what he did, He just had to put the drums on the rhythms that the brothers created, composed, and I believe that they were 6 months into the recording sessions, or those rehearsals, let's call it. Yeah. When I don't know if it was it was the manager of the band that called Chris and said they were going to try and bring Phil Rudd back to the band, and he said, "Okay, if he's going to do that, okay, I'm out," and he left the band there and then, It's
crazy.
I don't know. I love Phil Rudd. Don't get me wrong, and I believe that he is an integral part of the band, Chris Slade is a great drummer, awesome drummer, and also I believe the other one would be Simon Wright. Yeah.
Oh yes, Simon.
Drummer. Yeah, Simon Wright. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be on that album that has what's that record? Well, Heat Seeker. It's with him. That is with him.
Oh yeah.
And then he leaves the band, and Chris Slade joins the band to record The Razor's Edge, and he stays with the band for a period, and then they try to bring Phil back, because Phil had not played drums in years. I believe he was, he lived in New Zealand. He lost all the interest. I believe he lost the interest in music, and
oh geez, I was just looking up the AC/DC discography. I was like the one that like totally got off. I had no idea there was an album called Black Ice. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's a more recent release. I was going to get to that, because Black Ice, I believe it's the last semi-interesting thing that they released. It would be that, because it still features, although his health was declining, Malcolm's health was declining. He was becoming more and more erratic.
Yeah, but Phil Rudd was playing drums on that one.
Yeah, yes, he was.
Yeah. Malcolm. Yep, that's right. Yeah, crazy.
And that would be I saw them on that tour.
You did? Really?
Yeah,
awesome.
I did.
Wow.
No, I said yes, because that Black Ice is one that has Rock and Roll Train, right? I believe so. Rock and Roll Train.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
okay.
First song on the album.
Yes.
Look at you go, man. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
It's my knowledge, right? My technology is kicking in, right? Because I remember seeing that live, and the intro was fantastic. It was a train, the images of a train, and then there's at the end of the video, the train comes smashing through the screen. It was a beautiful thing. It was a very good thing. It was the only time I got to see AC/DC. I had maybe one or two friends of mine that went to see them with Axl Rose on vocals. A few years later.
Speaking of train wrecks.
Nobody. In all honesty, I believe he did
an all right job. Oh man,
he did a great job, and they started singing songs they hadn't sung in ages since the Bon Scott era.
Wow,
so all right. That was kind of that was a positive thing, man.
Yeah,
he did a great job.
That's good.
At first, if I say to you Guns N' Roses AC/DC, the mashing, it wouldn't be great, right? He did an okay job. He did. Actually, I don't know if you saw this on Substack the other day. I posted Guns N' Roses bootleg that I bought.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
It comprises of the sessions of the Chinese Democracy release. Okay,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
got
Yeah.
songs that were on Chinese Democracy, songs that weren't that are coming out now,
Mhm.
coming out now as singles. So that those songs are featured also
Nice.
on their original format. And one of the releases I pondered, I thought about buying was a live release with Axl Rose on.
Oh
Because for
man.
that it was still Chris Slade on drums.
Yeah.
It was still with Chris. Then he exited. No, I'm not sure the drummer they have right now. I saw a
Oh, I
YouTube
have no
video of
idea.
him showing his gear, because they are about, or at the moment they are in Australia. They are touring the motherland shows, and so to
Yeah.
speak. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it was Phil Rudd that said, "Well, I hope they invite me. Why are not they inviting me to do this? At
They're
least to
like,
participate."
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we got to do
because
something else.
Cliff
No,
Williams,
sorry.
the bass player, has also exited. He's retired from music.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Christ, he's what, 70 some years old? I don't blame him, really, but
Um, Cliff
isn't he?
would be not so old as the other guys, because Malcolm was the older brother, and now
Yeah.
there's
No,
Angus,
Cliff is 76.
76, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Angus is 70.
70.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a
wow.
spring chicken at 70 years old. So there you go. You know?
I believe he has to every time he does a song, he has to go backstage and do a little
Oxygen,
oxygen to
yeah,
keep.
for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, he's got to
yeah,
get. Well, I mean, I think he smoked forever, and maybe he still
yeah,
does. I don't
yeah.
know.
And
It's
one
amazing.
of the I don't know if I mentioned this in our previous conversations, but once I went to see King Diamond, I think I did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On a
I have never seen King Diamond.
yeah, yeah, I've
No.
seen King Diamond around 96, 97 ish,
Oh yeah, so
around that time.
kind of at the peak
Yeah,
there. Was
yeah, and the
Andy
guy.
LaRock on guitar?
Uh,
I
what
don't know.
was the album? I believe it was the Spider's Lullaby at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the Spider Lullaby tour, and the guy was having really great difficulties breathing, and we have to go backstage and do some oxygen, come again, just keep going. So
Oh
the
man.
Angus
Yeah.
is an older dude. He's much older than King Diamond,
Right. Oh
and
man.
he had to use some oxygen as well, so to keep up with
Yeah.
because because carrying around and jumping around with the Gibson SG is not as easy as it looks,
Oh, hell
as he
no.
makes it
Hell
look
no.
like.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you
Yeah,
think about the energy that guy
yeah,
has exhibited his whole life. He should be
yeah,
like a marathon runner, right?
yeah,
As far as endurance.
for
He's
sure.
just
Yeah,
like it's incredible. Every time I've seen him, um, which I've only seen him live twice, but just, watching videos and all that, you're just like I'm always blown away by and
yeah,
even recently, 70
yeah,
years old, he's
yeah.
still sprinting
Still
around
kicking
and
it. Yeah,
yeah, it's so
completely.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
so cool. So cool.
He's, he doesn't seem to age. He's like the musical version of Keanu Reeves, or maybe like
Yeah.
that. Look at
Yeah.
Keanu. Keanu
Yeah.
doesn't age, So
That's right.
it's probably the same thing.
Well,
That's it.
I was going to throw out the band that I
Yeah,
think may be a little
yeah,
controversial
yeah,
that I feel has always gotten stronger is Judas Priest.
yeah,
I think that their music has continuously gotten better. And I know that some people feel like, all right, KK Downing is no longer in the band. He was a
yes,
founding member of the band.
yeah.
So it's not really Priest or, Glenn now, with his Parkinson's isn't part of
Yeah,
the band, although he is doing, I
he's
mean,
still
he's still a
a member of the
songwriter.
band. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still a songwriter.
Um,
He still records some parts, the ones
yeah.
that
That he can technically
that
do,
he can
still.
technically do. He
So,
does them,
yeah.
and he actually there was a concert a while back where he participated. He
Yeah,
joined
he
the
was
band
out
on
there.
stage.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
came out to do
he
a
joined
couple
the band.
like I think he did what was it? Living After Midnight, I think.
Living After Midnight.
Yeah.
I believe it was that. Yeah, Living
Yeah.
After Midnight. You got another thing
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Maybe Breaking the Law or something like that. Yeah.
Right, yeah. He's
I'm betting on those three songs that
yeah.
he
Yeah, he's
did.
not doing Sinner or
No, 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 not that.
Hell
This
Bent
isn't a
for Leather.
ransom. No, no,
Yeah.
no, not that.
Oh, yeah, but I think that Priest uh had some kind of, well, Point of Entry is, I like that album, but so, some people feel like it doesn't, hold up. It's a little
It's
bit of a dip,
like,
but I think they continue to get better after that, and
yeah,
even into their new stuff.
yeah,
What is it, Nostradamus? Um, what was it? You know, that it wasn't called Nostradamus, but it was about him. Shit. And
Yeah,
then
it's about.
what
I
was the
have
other
that
one?
album. I'm
Yeah,
gonna make a
it's a
confession.
good
I
one
have that
actually.
album. I have a special edition.
I think it's a. I thought it was a good album, and their
Yeah,
latest
it's a
one is
big
great.
thing. It's the
Yeah,
size of it's the
yeah.
size of a vinyl record, but like in a box set. Okay,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
have that. I've never listened to it.
Oh,
Never have
oh
I
man.
ever listened. It's like that Dare game that game that you have. Never have I ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen to Nostradamus by Judas Priest. I never heard that album. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I will. You know.
yeah.
But I've never listened to that album, and I can't understand why. I don't know. But I have it. I have it. I own a copy of it. I have it.
Well,
It's not here. It's in my at my mother's house. I know exactly what it is. I know exactly where the record is in which place it is. So I'm gonna pick it up one of these days, and I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm gonna talk about it too. We're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna reminisce
well,
about
yeah,
this.
we should because
Yeah.
I know that like critically, it wasn't really
No.
people didn't care for it. Some people didn't care for it, at least writers, that journalists that talk about music. But certain fans, you know, either did or didn't. But Rob Halford, when I listened to his book, you know, shit, I can't remember the name of it, but he thinks that that's one of the best like Priest albums ever. He feels like he really did some great work, and I. You know, I wouldn't say the greatest Priest album, but it definitely. I think I think it sounds good, and I like the concept of it. I like the fact that it's a story. You know, it's good.
I believe that they will be able musically to pull that off, you know, to do an interesting record.
Oh yeah,
no doubt in my mind. I just
yeah.
can't put my finger on it. I can't say, why haven't you listened to that record yet? Well, okay, I
Yeah.
have other stuff to listen first. I'm gonna listen to it one day.
There you go.
I own it, so it's not a matter of I have to buy that. No, I have the record. I have the record in a limited edition, no less. So
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
listen to it. Eventually, I'm gonna listen to it because I bought it at the time or not long after it was
like
released.
A pre-order or something like that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a pre-order. No, it wasn't that. But the fact was that, as you mentioned, the fans was a little divisive. The record, okay. After Angel of Retribution, which was kind of the return of the band, you know,
right.
much like Iron Maiden with the one that has Blood Brother in it. What's the album?
Oh yeah.
We're blood brothers. I'm gonna start singing.
I can't.
We're blood brothers.
When they do that song live, I cringe because I'm like, oh Christ.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. The theme of the song is about his dad. It's about Steve Harris's father. He had died recently when he composed that song.
Oh yeah.
And it was originally composed for Blaze Bayley. It was not a song that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was
it was originally a Blaze Bayley. Not a composition, but a song that was written with him in mind to sing it, you know. So it's kind of we're blood brothers. What's the other song? The single.
I was just trying to look up to find out what that was. It's not Final Frontier.
No, Final Frontier is more.
Not Book of Souls.
No, not Book of Souls. That's
more.
So it's Senjutsu, probably Book of Souls. Then it will be the Final Frontier. Or
is it Brave New World?
Brave New World, that's it. Yes, that's exactly it. Brave New World,
yeah. That Wicker Man is on there.
Yeah, Wicker Man, the single, the first single. Yeah, remember when that came out? Bruce Dickinson is in Iron Maiden again. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a good record. I'm not gonna say it is a bad record because it isn't, but that song kind of blood.
Yeah.
Kind of a downer for me. It's kind of a downer. You know?
Well, yeah. I was just looking at the track listing too, and it's 7 minutes. Like holy shit.
7 minutes of Blood Brothers.
Well, yeah. At least the chorus doesn't go on and on.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're Blood Brothers. Actually, speaking of Iron Maiden, I don't know if I'm alone with this, but I enjoyed the X Factor when it came out. I love that record.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I know you don't, right?
Well, I'll be honest. I just
kind of caught you off guard, right?
Yeah, I didn't really listen to it too much because I was just like, it doesn't have. I mean, so for me, Iron Maiden, like the best Iron Maiden is pre Bruce Dickinson. It's the first two albums. I mean, those are the best
you and me
albums.
Both. We're on board. Yeah, I'm on
Paul
board.
Paul Di'Anno just has more something.
Yeah, more grit.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Power Slave is a fantastic album. I think,
Yes, it is.
and
Yeah.
Bruce sounds great. Everything is like
That's just the thing. Just
fantastic.
because we you say, and I'm not talking about us personally, but sometimes on the internet or whatever, some guy says, "Well, I love Power Slave." Why, you're kidding with me? Power Slave is sucks, And that kind of posture. We're just talking about two dudes talking about music. You can
Yeah.
like Power Slave or you can love Power Slave, and I can say, "Well, I don't like Power Slave very much.
Right.
I
Exactly.
enjoy No Pray for the Dying. For
Yeah.
me, it's normal, And for me, as I've started listening to heavy metal later in life, around the 90s, 91,
Uh,
92. So for me, the first record that I heard was Fear of the Dark.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And am I going to say it's the best? No, it's not. Hell no.
Yeah.
Shoot me if
Yeah.
I say that,
Yeah.
But it's for me, it will always be a special release because it was the first one that I heard.
Yeah. Well, I
Bar
mean,
none,
it's just like Metallica. A
Yeah.
lot of people got into Metallica with the Black Album, and they
Okay.
feel that's the greatest album, and that's fine.
Kudos to you, man. I
Yeah.
don't care,
Yeah. But for those of us that got on board,
Yeah.
with Kill 'Em All, they were
Yeah.
like, oh well, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a different thing. They're definitely fantastic songs on there. The
Yeah.
songwriting's quality.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, everybody has their own tastes, and that can
Yeah,
change,
yeah,
and it
it's
does
cool. It's cool
impact.
because we don't all have to like the same things,
No, yeah.
you know,
And it
and
can kind of get you to rethink
yeah,
sometimes, like someone says,
yeah,
"Oh, yeah, what about the X Factor?" And I'm like, "Well,
yeah,
shit, I really haven't given it a solid
yeah.
listen. That's a
I
reason to
believe
go
that, for
back."
instance, the first song, "Sign of the Cross," it's a fantastic song. Of course, when I heard Bruce singing it live, because he does that song
Yeah.
sometimes, blows the guy out of the water, obviously.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he blows Blaze Bayley out of the water because once I read I read a review. I believe it was a review on a Portuguese magazine that posed a very good question. Well, maybe it's not that Blaze Bayley is not the right singer for the Iron Maiden. Maybe Iron Maiden is not the right band for Blaze Bayley.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Blaze, yeah, because Blaze has released some interesting releases. Silicon Messiah, I believe. It's a good record.
I've not
But
checked it
with
out.
his
I'll
own
have to
voice,
check it out.
in his own
Yeah.
register, without having to, because the problem with Iron Maiden started being that they had to tune down the guitar so that they could sing the songs, or he
Ah,
couldn't sing them.
yeah.
He wouldn't be able to,
Yeah.
because. But I once saw, I believe it was a Trooper. Yeah, even I saw Bruce Dickinson fumble that live a little bit because he started, "I'll take your life,"
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
the guy, it was
Yeah.
just starting to,
Yeah.
and later he had his vocal cords
Oh, yeah, he did.
had an
He had
operation, a surgery.
Yeah.
He started singing better,
Yeah.
because that tour started opening with the Trooper. That's a risque move, man.
Right. That's a tough one.
You take
It
my
is.
life, but I'll take yours too. I'll fire your musket, but I'll burn you through. That was
Yeah.
that was over the top. He
Yeah.
begins the song in the highest register, and then it's kind of complicated. If he doesn't take care of his voice, and if his voice, if it doesn't warm up decently, that
Yeah.
kind of thing, that can happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's there's quite a few of those I guess 80s to early 90s
Oh yeah,
metal folks,
yeah,
that had
yeah,
the higher registers, and now they
yeah.
can't necessarily hit those.
No,
Although
but
last time
yeah,
I saw Judas Priest,
yeah.
Rob was
Oh
still
yeah,
nailing it. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Holy cow! How does that guy do that?"
It
But
was because that guy he sings with intelligence. It's
yeah,
different. It's
yeah.
a different thing because when I don't know the name of the video, but there's actually now it's a DVD. It used to be a VHS tape of I believe it's 1982 concert where he loses his voice halfway
Oh,
through.
because he's just blowing it out because he was
Yeah.
just yeah.
He loses his voice, but he changes his register, and you don't know it. It's almost imperceptible that he loses his voice, and because even when he was younger, it would be complicated to keep night after night after night
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that thing.
yeah. Well, in his book, which is awesome, and I wish I could remember. It's not biblical. Shoot.
The Rob Halford
Yeah, Rob Halford's biography. He's got two books
biography.
out. Yeah. Now I'm gonna search that so I can speak intelligently
Yeah,
about it. But he talks about the fact that he would blow his vocals out
yeah,
like night
yeah,
after night when he was young.
yeah,
He was drinking like crazy,
yeah,
and he was just out of control. And I'm trying to find his books. Where's the hell's his book? Come on. Shoot, I can't find it.
Something like Living After Midnight, the Judas Priest, the Rob Halford story, or something like
Book. All right, there we go. Oh, there it is. Confess.
Confess. Okay.
Yeah, his
Okay.
Biblical's his other book. That's more about priest on the road. Confess
Yeah.
is the first book, but
Yeah.
both really good. I listened to both of them, and he does talk like just talks about the fact that he was just out of hand on drugs and
Yeah.
yeah, just blowing his voice out constantly.
Out constantly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing he can still pull it off like
Yeah, it
so many
is.
years later.
It's amazing. I actually saw the guy now retired, the David Coverdale.
Oh yeah,
Whitesnake, and I saw Whitesnake. I'm gonna say it's about around the Forevermore tour, one of these 2000-ish, whatever. And he's registering like songs like "Still of the Night" and "Here I Go Again." It was nowhere near the power that he used to have.
Yeah.
But the songs, for me, in my opinion, benefited from it. Okay.
Oh, nice.
It removed the histrionics of the thing, just that all that that falsetto stuff, all that screaming. For me, it made the songs more intimate, more bluesy, more akin to when the Whitesnake first started out. So that to me, it was not a shock. It was not a downer. It was okay. So
and it's probably closer to what I mean, because he wasn't really singing that high when he was in Deep Purple when he did Burn. He was it was
more of a mean register.
It was Glenn Hughes actually hitting the highs on yeah. Like the chorus for Burn, that's
an excellent guy for this thing, for this theme would be Glenn Hughes, because his albums have been continuously excellent. Even the last one, I heard, it blew me out of the water. I can still sing. And he's what? He's maybe 76, I believe.
He's got to be. I mean, because he was a foundational member of Deep Purple, and then went on to do.
He joined in '74, and then he used to be in Trapeze.
Yep.
Okay, before that, and that band had Dave Holland on drums, which later became
Judas Priest. Yeah.
Horrible drummer, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, he was. Well, they said he was kind of like a working man's drummer. He kind of he did it, but he wasn't great.
Funny. Right? Yeah, no, it's funny because when I hear some of the trapeze stuff, he actually is good.
Yeah,
he's better there than in Judas Priest. In Judas Priest, I don't think he ever gelled with it. Because he had big shoes to fill, because Simon Phillips on the studio track on the Sin After Sin album.
Oh yeah.
And then Les Binks, I like Les Binks. I love him, actually. He's an excellent drummer.
Yeah.
And I believe he's still touring nowadays, because I heard or I read an interview of him. He was doing some tribute tour to Judas Priest.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was still going, and he was a great drummer. And then when Scott Travis enters the Painkiller phase,
oh my God, that guy, that set a new tone, and man, he's been with the band for quite a while. I mean, that was
just 1990, I believe. Yeah. 1990,
so,
1991, around the time of the Painkiller release, so that would be.
And they were afraid to hire him because, again, in that book, Rob was talking about the fact they weren't sure they wanted an American in there, a Yank.
Yankee.
We're like, we're a British band. Do we need a Yank in there? And they're like, oh yeah.
No, but it was a perfect fit. Okay, for the band, and re-energized, I believe. That it goes to show what you were saying. Judas Priest.
I think I think it
great
continuously
music, great records.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it's all together, all tied up together.
That's
right. One big circle.
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And the other band I wanted to talk about would be Helloween.
Oh, Helloween.
Wow. I believe they have constantly evolved. They have that. Many bands do. An experimental period, which is kind of awkward at best, a little, which would be comprised of the Rabbit Don't Come Easy and the Chameleon releases. The last ones to have Michael Kiske on vocals until he returned recently, actually. because now they have an augmented lineup. They have Kai Hansen on guitars, Michael Wyckoff on guitars, and they have the other guitar player that I don't know his name, but he's good. The drummer's name I don't know, but he's good also.
Yeah.
I remember Uli Kunch, and I remember Ingo, the original, the classic lineup drummer.
Right.
Actually, a friend of mine used to say, "I can't believe this. What? That a band that sings such positive tunes like Future World and Eagle Fly Free and such happy songs, and the guy goes and kills himself." Well, I don't know.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, how does that happen? But I guess, you never know.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly what some people are going through. They may be, and it could be,
Definitely.
Michael Kiske is the one, really the creating the lyrical content, right?
Yeah.
So
yes.
It might have been him, whereas yeah.
Yeah, the band was what I heard or I saw a video on YouTube about it a couple of days ago or a week ago or something like that, and I was watching that, and the guy was saying that the band was fracturing, or albeit the band was the Michael Wyckoff was composing his own songs, Michael Kiske was writing his own songs, and they were not working together. So it kind of, the songs were good individually, but as an Helloween album, no. In an Helloween album featured on it was it made for an uneven experience, listening experience at least. To say the least, actually. And but then because Michael Kiske exits and he goes on to record some popish albums, I believe. I listened to one of I think he has 2 albums in a more pop register, pop rock register.
Right.
I can't remember the names, but
I just remember him being in Helloween, but not really listening to his solo work. Crazy.
Yeah, I think I've listened to it once or twice. It didn't got my attention, so I guess.
Well, there you go. So that's why he came back. He was like, "Oh, this is not working out."
I was kind of surprised that they were all able to come back to the band. Kay Hansen. Because, it's cool. It's a cool thing that they've managed to come back, and the 2 records that they released, excellent records. One is a self-titled release, and the other one would be Blood and Heroes. No, not Blood and Heroes. Zeros and Heroes. No, that's not it. Dude. It has 2 words in the title. Not Slaves and Masters.
No. Hold on, I'll look it up for you. Yeah. Giants and Monsters.
Giants.
Released last year.
I believe it had 2 words. I knew it had 2 words in it. I just didn't know the 2 words. I could have figured it out. Giants, mythology and stuff like that.
It fits right in.
I would get there. I would get there. Just give me a couple of more minutes and I would get there. The Giants, No, but they're good releases. And even when I first started listening to the band was around it was with Andy Darius that I first heard. It was Time of the Oath.
Okay.
Okay, that was the first release.
So 96.
Either that or Master of the Rings, which came before. No, but I believe it was the Time of the Oath. Yeah, and then it was Better Than Raw. Yeah. Yes.
I think I have Walls of Jericho, like the LP.
Walls of Jericho would be the first
one,
or the first album, Walls of Jericho.
I'm pretty sure it's right behind me.
It's right behind you, yeah. Well, behind me I have some stuff. I don't know what, but don't ask me. I have there a little chicken.
Oh yeah, a little chicken. Awesome.
This is called Galo de Barcelos, which is is customary for one of our lands here near Oporto. Yeah.
Oh, really? Awesome.
So the Barcelos cock, or maybe male chicken. Just to hurt anybody's feelings or anybody's. What's this Portuguese guy doing talking about cocks in here? What the hell is going on? Right? What the hell is this? Yeah. What the hell is this conversation going to next? And but so for me, Time of the Oath, Better Than Raw, and then The Dark Ride. Actually, from The Dark Ride, I have a box set which has a mouse pad, a lighter.
Wow.
Some posters, some postcards, actually not posters.
Yeah.
Postcards. It has a poster, actually, and the album itself,
Yeah, those are kind of fun every once in a while
yeah,
when you get
yeah,
those, like because I think I bought some box sets of At the
yeah,
Gates, and it comes
yeah,
with like
yeah.
the
Sure.
artwork, and you get some
Yeah,
extra stuff and maybe
yeah.
some pics or
Cool.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I when I bought some. Do you know Ola Englund, the guitar? He does like a YouTube channel, and he's
Mhm.
also the guitar player for The Haunted. Um, but he was doing the solo project was just him
Yeah,
doing everything except for vocals, called
yeah,
Feared.
yeah.
And yeah, when I ordered those, you got picks, you got like a
Oh,
little
yeah.
thing, you got this
A
little,
special edition, right?
yeah, some
That kind of
necklace
thing.
thing and something. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell? What am I gonna do with this?
Well,
Picks, sure.
this was people like us who appreciate the physical release. It's important to us. And
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
especially when you get like the
yeah,
extra little artwork or something. I
yeah,
just bought an album from you might want to check them out.
yeah.
They're called Custard Flux. They're a progressive,
Custard
uh,
flux.
yeah, kind of a pop
It's like
progressive.
General Custard. Is that it? Is that where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
come
yeah,
from?
yeah.
Custard
Oh,
flux.
I don't know. Uh, but sort of reminds me of like
Yeah.
early Genesis.
Okay. Okay.
So
I can see where you're going. Yeah.
where they got the Mellotron and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I bought their album because
Yeah.
I really liked it, and they're from Michigan, and so, but it comes with like a little booklet.
Yeah.
They sent along a 7-inch, and it has like a booklet of all this art
Oh,
and stuff.
cool.
I'm like,
Cool.
wow,
Cool.
yeah. So yeah, like you said, the physical stuff is cool.
Yeah. Actually, when I bought the T-shirt by Rogue Mail, the guy sent me. I have it right here. Well, I have the releases. I have the albums.
Oh, nice.
This will be the first record, and this would be the fourth and last until now, because I don't know if it's gonna. I believe he's gonna release a new album,
Oh,
and
wow.
he sent me this patch.
Awesome.
Okay,
That's cool.
yeah, he sent me this, and I wasn't expecting it, but okay, it was a cool thing from him. I
Yeah.
thanked him. Yeah, and speaking of releases, I heard a little birdie told me that you received a Michael Schenker release one of these days,
I
right?
did. I did. This fantastic compilation for my buddy. That is so
Oh, we
cool,
talked
man.
about it. We were
Yeah.
talking about it, and I said, well, okay, I'll send them through Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Why should
Yeah.
I be
I got
worried
this
about,
package.
just
Yeah. Close at hand,
yeah,
it's
yeah, cool,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, there it came in,
Because I thought that they was gonna put my name somewhere, or at least just to know that it was me,
right.
but
No,
they didn't.
it was like anonymous. I was like,
Yeah,
what in the heck? Somebody sent me Michael Schenker, and I thought it was probably you because I remember we would talked about it.
yeah,
Um,
we did. So
yeah.
it was
And with
kind
the
of like
cool
a
thing, the cool
yeah.
thing is you got all the demos and stuff on here
Yeah,
versus,
that's what we were talking about on our
yeah,
previous conversation about the
because
demos because I
I've
couldn't
got the
remember the
LP.
name of the drummer.
I've got like Built to Destroy and the
Yeah,
Michael Schenker group because I was a huge Michael Schenker fan.
yeah,
And
I know.
yeah, and then those, yeah, that's what it's so cool.
I said, well, okay, I'm gonna surprise him. It came before Christmas, so it's a Christmas gift
Yeah,
officially.
that's right.
An early Christmas gift, and I said, no, I'm gonna send it to him because I was gonna send you just the because there's also a single release, just the first album
Oh,
with
yeah.
the demos. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was far more expensive. I said, no, I'm not gonna do this, and it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
Yeah, especially
You
when you
have
get
this
them all.
first, the second, and you have it all. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
much better that way.
Yeah, and they, it reminded me because I haven't listened to Built to
Built to Destroy.
Destroy for
Yeah,
a while, and
it's a
I
cool
was like,
record.
yeah, it is. I was like,
It
oh,
is.
Captain Nemo, because I
Yeah,
remember seeing him play that live, and I'm
yeah,
like, oh
yeah,
man, yeah, so
yeah.
crazy, yeah.
Actually, there's a guy on Substack. Yeah, here on Substack that when he talks to me, he says you should see Michael Schenker live, and I know, I should, but he doesn't come to Portugal. It's difficult.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's kind of complicated for me
Yeah.
to see
I
him live. But because I believe that the guy is like is a little mercurial. He's a little bit like Richie Blackmore.
oh yeah.
What I mean to say is that if he's good, everything is good. If he's not good in a good mood, then you're not going to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Well,
And
I saw him a few years ago
yeah,
in Royal Oak, which is a little city not too far from Detroit,
yeah,
and he was spot on. He
yeah.
sounded awesome. He was doing good.
Oh, when he's in a good mood,
Yeah, Yeah.
there's no stopping him.
Well,
He's
I
an
was
excellent.
worried about that
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
actually interviewed him for
yeah,
this magazine Metalani, and I was concerned because I wasn't sure like how he
yeah,
would be, right?
yeah, yeah.
And he was totally cool, although he had a script, like
Yeah.
he had the things he wanted to say. So
Oh,
it,
okay,
it
okay.
didn't even matter like what question you asked. He kind
Yeah.
of wrapped it in because I had listened to some
Chuck,
interviews with him before.
you will be asking me this first,
Yeah,
okay? I'll be
yeah,
answering. Chuck, that's
exactly.
it,
Yeah. And I will answer this way. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so
And
he's
I'll
got
go,
he's
I'll
got his
be ha
thing.
ha ha, and
Yeah.
I'll throw in a laughter or two. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you pause.
Yeah.
Next, you pause.
Yeah.
The
He
most,
was it
you
felt
know,
scripted. Yeah, it
yeah,
did.
it was
But
the more natural
whatever.
interview. Yeah.
Right. He wanted
Well,
to do his thing. So
yeah. Well,
cool.
you want to interview me? Cool, but this
Yeah.
is what I want to say. So
Yeah.
if you want to, you can ask me what you want, but I'll answer this.
Right. That's what I'm gonna tell you about. Right.
Yeah. I actually once read an interview with the guy. He passed away recently. Actually, Rick Davies from Supertramp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he passed away recently, and there was it was a transcript of the interview, and
Uh-huh.
the guy said he asked them a question, and then he just left. And the interviewer just said, and at this time, Rick Davies got out and got up and left.
He was
Interview
done.
over.
He
Yeah,
was
and
done.
it's done.
Yeah. Oh
So I don't
man.
know because I believe he had quite a bit of a temper. He wasn't the easiest guy to get along.
Wow.
Um, well, from what I read,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
you read stuff, it's like everybody tends to, this on Roger Waters, for instance, and saying that when he was in Pink Floyd and the guy David Gilmour used to,
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him, I wanted to leave the band, but the money was too good for me, and the records were still making money, so I had to keep going, and keep coming back and listening to him and his stuff. And he once said in an interview that well, people have that idea of me because I at the time I didn't speak about it. I just shut up and I did my own thing.
Right.
Because for instance, that album that kind of drew them apart, which is the final cut.
Yeah.
After the Wall, and that record. There was a time when Roger Waters said, "Well, look, if you don't like this record, let's go into the studio. Let's go, the four of us, into the studio, and we'll do something together." And David Gilmour said, "No, no, no, forget about it. We're going to release this." And then, it's Roger Waters' album. It's not a Pink Floyd album. Sometimes the guys get, bad reputations, and they get, dissed by people because they don't speak about things. They're not open to talking about something, and not because they're bad people per se. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Public perception is a bitch.
Yeah, you just never know, and
Yeah.
you just never know if they were having just a bad day, just like just not
like
working for them, so they're like
we all have
coming up.
have
Yeah,
bad days. I could have a
right,
bad day. You could have
right.
a bad day.
I don't believe
Whatever.
you could have a bad day there, dude.
You've never seen me cheer for my soccer team. If you did, you would understand. I'm not this happy-go-lucky guy all the time. No, I'm not. My wife tells me sometimes, "I can't believe you go to the stadium," and I'm not like that. Yes, I am. I am. I have a bad temper.
Oh man, that's too funny.
But in concerts, no. In concerts, I tend to be real quiet. In concerts, I'm very attentive to what's going on because speaking of Roger Waters, I can I once saw Roger on it was the Best Of tour, 2006, 2007. I saw him in Lisbon.
Oh, cool.
And I went with a friend of mine. And when the concert ended, he looked at me and he said, "Well, did you enjoy it?" And I said, "I did. I loved it." "Why?" "Well, because you weren't saying anything. You weren't singing a song.
Right. Yeah.
It was just too attentive to the. Yeah, I was looking at what was going on. The guitar player was doing his thing. The drummer, I'm very attentive. I'm like that. I like my music live. I like not I
Yeah.
like it to be live, to be
Yeah.
really a real live experience. So I'm soaking in, I'm enjoying the moment, but not, yeah, man,
Yeah.
not in that sense.
Well, it
But
depends. Like,
yeah, it depends on the
yeah,
band, of course,
yeah,
of course.
yeah. Sometimes
Because
you
I
just get
remember
caught up.
when I went to see Dio, I went to see him. It was around, I believe it was the Magica tour, if I'm not
Oh, okay.
mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and I sang all the songs with him,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the songs. I just, I just couldn't stop singing the songs, and it was a great experience because I love Dio, I love
Yeah.
pretty much all his releases. The later
Yeah.
ones are a little, but no
Yeah,
matter.
that's another one,
Yeah,
where, you talk about like
yeah,
consistency and stuff.
yeah.
It's consistent, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I enjoyed some of the stuff he did
No,
later.
I get what you mean, and I understand it.
Yeah.
I totally
Almost in
agree
the
with you.
AC/DC realm of that,
Yeah.
it's good music representative of him, but
Mhm.
just, I don't know, a spark was lacking. Something
Yeah,
felt, I don't know, flat. But that was, again, like we said, it's
yeah.
it's all about what you like, and you
Yeah,
may have
sometimes
moved
a band,
on. I don't
yeah,
know.
a band loses a member, and you think, okay, they're gonna continue. It's good, but it's not the same thing. It's not
Yeah.
the same metric. It's like we were talking about ACDC earlier on the conversation. Phil Rudd has a way of playing, a nimble way that it's nobody can copy him. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's unique to him.
Yeah.
You can't teach that. That was born with him.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
Chris
like
Slade
uh,
is Chris Slade is a fantastic drummer, a fantastic drummer. Maybe technically he's much better than I believe that. He was a session drummer. He played with Manfred Mann's Earth Band,
yep.
and Manfred Mann's Earth Band. That's it.
Yeah.
These bands with 4 or 5 names, like
Yeah.
I've been listening now recently to the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies. You remember
Really?
that band?
No, I don't.
No?
What? No.
Well, I knew of that band because they did a song for the soundtrack of a movie called The Bride of Chucky. Remember Chucky, that doll, that
Oh
evil
yeah.
little doll?
Being named Chuck, I'm
Yeah,
well aware.
that's Chucky. Yeah, I didn't get it until now. Yeah, no, but it was Chucky. In this
Yeah.
case, it was Chucky. It was an evil doll.
Yeah.
Not a cool guy from Michigan, just an evil doll. Not a very cool guy from Michigan. It was something else, completely
Yeah.
different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that song and I said, well, these guys are pretty cool, and they are. They were signed to Capricorn Records, the same label as the Allman Brothers. So
Mhm.
and they've released some pretty good albums, but they now are extinct for many years now.
Wow.
The last thing they released officially was 2005.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
they're called the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, what kind of music would you say that is? What kind of
bluesy,
bluesy?
funky, yeah,
Oh, all
hard
right.
rock, yeah.
Oh, like a like a
They
beat
did for
like a
funk.
BTO, like Bachman
No,
Turner?
not
No.
like that. The phrase I heard, it was really on point. Is that they did what the Black Crowes did for Rolling Stones,
Oh.
the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies did for the Allman Brothers. Okay, so they
Oh,
can,
really? All
yeah,
right.
that
That
was
sounds interesting.
the gist
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
gist of it was like that. Yeah, it's a good band. It's a really
Oh.
good band.
Well, I'm
And
gonna have to check it out because yeah,
yeah,
I
I'll
love the
send you
Allman Brothers.
the details later. I'll send you
Yeah.
some
Cool.
links for you to check out, and they are a really cool band. And
Nice.
like bands like the Zodiac, Mind Warp, and the Love Reaction, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Zodiac, Mind Warp, and the Love Reaction. I believe that's the word. Yeah, they too have great records.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I have any albums that have that many like
Names, right?
yeah, names for the band. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Shit, I don't know. I can't think of any that have that
Yeah.
many. Oh, at the gates, but that's three
No,
words and it's
3
pretty
words, just
yeah.
3 words. No, that doesn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't apply. No, no.
No.
It has to be more words, more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to
Yeah.
be more complex than that. No, but sometimes. And now I lost my train of thought. We were talking about Phil Rudd.
I don't
Okay.
know. We got off on a
Yeah.
tangent. Yeah. Yeah.
We got on this tangent because I had some more bands I had to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I liked to talk about. One of them would be Amorphis.
Amorphis.
Yeah.
Really? Now
Yeah,
that's interesting because I haven't listened to new Amorphis. I'll be
yeah.
honest.
Well, don't listen to the latest record.
Oh, okay.
That's not that's not as interesting as some of the. But for instance, a modern album which I think you should listen to was would be Skyforger.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
The
it has
last
a
one I
swan on
listened
the
to
cover, I
was
believe.
I think what was it Tale of a Thousand Lakes or something like that.
Tales of Thousand Lakes would
Yeah.
be is their second release.
Yeah.
There's
With Black Queen.
Carillion Isthmus, which is
Yeah.
the first one,
Yeah.
a little more brutal around the edges. Then there's the Tales of Thousand Lakes, which is their more well-known album, I believe. And then there's Elegy, which is also an excellent record.
Yep.
And then there's another one that I'm.
Oh yeah, Skyforger 2009.
Yeah, that
Um
that would be a good if you want to listen to what modern Amorphis sound like. That would be because
nice.
they're. It's like what we said previously. It all comes back together. It all is like a circle. It's a
Yeah.
band that has a certain sound, and the Amorphis' sound is like that. They have the dual vocals, they have the organs, the keyboard players, the mystical things because they're based on their
Yeah.
I
Like
believe it's their Bible or something like that.
I think
Their own
they're
Finnish
Norwegians,
Bible
right? Aren't
or,
they?
or religious texts from
Yeah.
the Karelian. Karelian Isthmus comes from that Karelian, which is their sacred texts, I believe, like the Quran or the Bible for something like that or along those lines. And they can create they do create actually really good songs and really good albums throughout
Yeah.
their career.
Yeah.
There's a yeah, sure. You were gonna
Yeah.
say something?
Oh no, I was just
No.
gonna. I was going. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I definitely got into Tale of a Thousand Lakes
Yeah.
just from the fact that you know it had that almost folk
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
element to it.
Yeah. It
In
does.
that it's talking
Yeah.
about their heritage.
Yes.
Or it feels
Yes.
like it is.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
you know.
That's one of their strong points, and it's a very cool thing. And they've gotten some excellent releases. The latest one, I'm not sold on completely. It's a little bit like the
Borderland is the last one.
Borderland. Yeah.
2025.
It's a
Well,
bit like Kreator.
I'll have to check out Skyforger then.
Yeah, Skyforger is a cool release. You should
Nice.
definitely check that one out. Yeah, at least that
Nice.
one it's an excellent release.
Yeah.
And speaking of Kreator, or getting back to Kreator,
Yeah.
their latest release, not they're gonna release an album. I believe now in the late January, they're gonna release their new album.
Yeah.
But their other release, which is called Hate Über Alles, I believe.
Oh, yep.
Or at least the single was Hate Über Alles, Hate Über Alles. It's my chance to speak in German. Just Hate Über Alles, that's it. And Guten Morgen.
Yeah, Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. Wie geht's?
Nine.
And when I first heard that release, I'm not so keen on this. It was, I said, well, this is not jiving for me. Okay, I'm gonna give it some time. Sometimes what I do is I'll leave that release there.
Oh yeah, and come back to it, and
yeah, I'll come back to it.
because it might not have been that day for that album.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna like this, but not today.
Not today. I'm not feeling it today. It's got.
I'm not feeling this today. Today is not a creative day for me. It's not a creator. It's something else. It's a Screaming Cheetah Wheelies day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create a level of support for the band.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna listen to this and is gonna say, "Well,
I
know that band. I've seen it live." The Screaming Cheetah Wheelies. Only the name is makes you sing. Makes you.
Yeah.
It's a happy name.
It makes you. Yeah, it's happy.
It's happy. And then I don't know if it was maybe a month or two later that I went to revisit the record, and I said, well, okay, I get it. It's a good record. It's a good release.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's terrible certainty because it's not, but it's not that. They're not the same guys, But,
right.
Because when we started out, I started thinking of bands that are not, and Metallica was one of them. That are the opposite of this, because Metallica, I feel, have been trying to release And Justice for All Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. They're not the same band, not the same musicians.
Yeah.
Leave it at that,
Right. I mean, yeah.
And they took a lot.
Something to do with the fire of and I don't know if it's just
Yeah.
the creative juice is
Yeah,
gone
yeah,
or
yeah.
what, but there's something,
It's
again, some
different.
spark is missing.
Chuck,
And
we
maybe
are
it's just
different
from the
person.
fact that
We are
they,
different people than we were 10 years ago.
yeah,
They are too, you know.
yeah,
So
exactly.
they don't have to keep trying to do this. I get it, you know. We talked about this previously. Metallica is not a band anymore. It's an industry. It's a multi-corporation, okay?
Yeah,
Multi-million dollar corporation. It is, okay?
yeah, yeah.
It's a necessary evil because if it wasn't for Metallica, many people would not know about heavy music, would not try to. It's a bastion,
Oh
okay?
yeah,
For
yeah,
better or for worse,
right.
they are, okay?
Yeah.
And if I had the opportunity, I would see them live. I would go and see them live, and
Oh yeah.
I
And
believe I
they're
would
doing
enjoy the
good
process.
things, you
They
know?
do good things. They
They
do.
that
They're
charity of theirs is
no,
fantastic. Uh,
nothing against that.
yeah.
It's not dissing on Metallica. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that after the release of the Saint Anger thing,
Yeah.
things took a nosedive.
It does.
Completely
Yeah.
took a nosedive, and they
Yeah.
had to sell. You know, they
Yeah.
had to sell. They started. They released what, the Death Magnetic,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
album that has a coffin that looks suspiciously like the lady's part. You know,
Yeah.
a friend of mine says that doesn't look like a coffin. It looks like another thing that I'm gonna say because I don't want to be, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
don't want to be erased from the internet. No,
That's
please
right.
don't.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, don't do that. But he says, "Hey, have you listened to the new Metallica album?" And he goes, "The one with the that one, yeah,
That one. Yeah. Yeah.
that one."
That one. Yeah.
It's not that the music is bad per se. It's not, but it feels contrived. It feels calculated. It feels like the interview you did with Michael Schenker. You know,
Oh
I
yeah.
want
It's just
about this.
it's a
You know,
script and
it's a
it's
script.
yeah.
It's scripted. You know,
Yeah.
and it's funny because on one of their latest interviews, I don't know if it was James, if it was Lars. When it's stuff about the band, it's all generally Lars that speaks about it, you know. But I don't know if it was Lars or James that were saying that, or it was Trujillo. I don't know. Well, maybe one of them. I don't care. For
Right.
for the purpose of this conversation, it's not important. What is important is that the guy said, "Well, we're gonna try something different next time. We're gonna try and be more experimental." You know? I kind of welcome that with a positive attitude because I said, "Well,
Yeah.
man, don't have to release And Justice for All Part 14, you know."
No, I mean, quite honestly, they could just try to do whatever feels right to them.
Yeah,
And maybe that's what has been happening, and
yeah,
that's what was close to them, what they
yeah,
felt is part of their
yeah.
experience at that time. So
In the 80s, they were,
yeah,
they were brash guys. They were aggressive. They were on
yeah,
top of the world. They were, that's okay. That's a phase, okay? Yeah, I
yeah,
love that, you know. Ride Lightning is one of my favorite releases ever by
yeah,
any band, by any metal band. Also Master of Puppets, but to me, Ride Lightning, I don't know why, but it's just,
yeah.
it's just,
There's a little bit more variety on Ride
yeah,
Lightning. Yeah,
I,
just a little. But
yeah, just a
I
little bit.
probably lean a little more toward Master. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, perfectly fine.
yeah,
Any given day, I would be. I
yeah,
would say, yeah, Master is my no,
yeah.
but in this moment I am in my life, Ride Lightning is my favorite release by the band. I'm not saying that. For instance, the Black Album was instrumental to me. It was because I
Oh yeah,
listened when it came out. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
like Countdown to Extinction by Megadeth.
Oh yeah.
Although Rust in Peace is my favorite release, or maybe Peace Cells will be in any given time.
Oh yeah,
Even the
yeah,
first release, I like it.
yeah,
The Looking
yeah.
Down the Cross. What's the name of the album? I remember the song Looking Down the Cross. As Mechanics, the original version.
Oh
Uh,
right, yeah.
yeah.
Shoot, what was that?
Killing is my business, and
Kill it,
business is
business
good.
good. Yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yep.
it. I would get there. I would get there. I was just going to the names of the songs and Mechanics,
Yeah.
Looking Down the Cross. I'm gonna get there. Killing is my business, and business is
It's
good.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pivotal album in terms of just like, because you discovered if well, at least my path was
Yeah,
you got into Metallica and then you
yeah,
realized that there was this other dude that used to play guitar and he has a band, and so then you next thing you know
yeah,
you're listening to Dave Mustaine. So
yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. Because I remember at a very early age, I saw that unofficial thing that they did, the Cliff and All release, and they featured the live performances with Dave Mustaine and also interviews with him in the band.
yeah.
That was how I became aware that Dave Mustaine used to be in
Yeah.
Metallica, because I didn't know at the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know we didn't have the same proliferation of internet and AI and stuff like we do now.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
more
you could,
limited, and
I couldn't just like whip,
yeah,
fire up
go
a
online
browser
and
and
say,
go, oh
oh,
yeah, Wikipedia, give me the,
yeah,
yeah.
right. No, at the time, no. Or
No.
either we were lucky and we had a friend, or
Right. You were
another
sifting
guy that,
through, at least in my time,
yeah,
Kerrang magazine,
yeah,
sometimes Hit Parader, but more Kerrang, and
yeah,
what was it? There was another Metal Hammer.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those were the. I mean, I just I collected
Actually,
those
it has
things.
nothing to do with the conversation, but these guys, Rogue Mail, were featured as the
Oh,
cover of Kerrang magazine.
oh, really? Awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, Kerrang. That was the thing. That's how I learned about Testament. That's how I learned about Anthrax.
yeah.
Back then, that was the internet. It was. It's how you get your information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Because for instance, I only found out many years later that Kirk Hammett was in Exodus. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Well, that came out like early too,
Yeah,
because I was like, oh, that's how I found out about Exodus.
yeah.
I mean,
But I remember,
Metallica broke those bands
yeah,
really,
yeah.
because then the Bay Area thrash became
I
something.
remember seeing a live release, Another Lesson in Violence by Exodus.
Yeah.
And on that release, I started looking at the set list, and I said, well, there's a song here, Hammett. Could it be Kirk Hammett from Metallica? And the guy said, yeah, man, that's him. He used to be in the band. Oh, okay, cool. Because he even snagged the riff for Trapped on the Rise from Ride the Lightning. And Gary Holt was, I believe he was not pleased with him when he did that, when he took that riff. I believe.
Oh, speaking of another book
Yeah.
related to that history that you're talking about, because I
Yeah.
listened to Scott Ian's book,
Mhm.
which gets a little tired after a while. But
Yeah.
when he's starting off and talking about like how Anthrax got going and the
Yeah.
place they used to practice, when Metallica came to town, that was
Yeah.
right when Kirk Hammett joined, and he had been
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Exodus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of fun.
they actually, and I don't know if it was Scott Ian that said that Metallica raided their refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They gave them food because they didn't have any food.
They didn't have any food. Yeah, they
No,
were just like,
they didn't have
here
any
they
food.
are. Yeah, come
Yeah.
record an album in New York,
Yeah.
and yeah, you can crash at
That's so
this.
cool. Sometimes
Yeah,
that bands used to, to hang out together, live together. It's a cool thing to find out that sort of thing, that sort of
yeah.
history.
Well,
It's
I guess
cool.
this place was like near to being condemned. It was just like
Yeah.
a
Yes.
rat trap. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they lived.
That's where they live. What you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Oh man,
That's it.
crazy. So buddy, we're about at an hour.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on?
Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun.
I know. Any final thoughts on bands?
No,
And
I think I've spoken about basically what I wanted to talk about.
I
I had
have.
another band in here that was Europe, because I
Europe.
believe, yeah,
Holy cow!
yeah,
Now
because I
that's a
believe
band I
that
haven't listened to in forever.
no, but I believe that when they got back together with the classic lineup with John Norum on guitars,
Yeah.
and they came back in 2004 with Start from the Dark. I
Oh
believe
yeah.
that's the name of the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
They actually came to Portugal. I couldn't see them.
Oh
because
really?
It was
Oh.
nowhere near me. It was
Oh.
a little in a little country in the backwoods or something like that. And it was around that time of this tour of this album. And the opening act was Samantha Fox.
Oh.
Can you believe that? The opening act
No,
was
I
Samantha
can't.
Fox. Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
that's crazy.
a
Talk
friend of
about.
mine went to see them, and he said it was cool.
Wow, man, I can't imagine. Sounds like the most like I don't even know how to describe it. Like, but you would never in a million years would I think, oh, I'm going to go see Samantha Fox with
With
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah,
Opening for Europe. I'm gonna
Yeah.
see Samantha Fox opening
Yeah,
for Europe.
yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, but that happened in Portugal. That happened in Portugal.
Oh my god.
That is
Oh well.
because they, as I was gonna say, just to get my point across, they've released some albums. Start from the Dark. They released Secret Society. What's the next one? Last Look at Eden, I believe. Bag of Bones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. War of Kings.
War of Kings. That
War of
actually
Kings
was
and
not too
Walk the
bad.
Earth.
Yeah.
And Walk the Earth is an excellent album. They've gotten better actually. They've gotten much heavier, much more complex, much more in the power metal thing that they, because their first album was power metal, pure power metal. the 1983 release, the self-titled release. Then they started, Out of This World, and then with the Final Countdown, they started with being
That is iconic. To talk about an iconic tune, right?
yeah.
Like, holy cow. Yeah.
And I believe that came in the spur of the moment. That was something that the Mike Michaeli, I believe, the keyboard player, used to do this warm-up exercise.
Warm-ups, yeah.
Yeah, and they said, the producer said, wait, what's that? That's really cool. You can use that.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with, or a similar story, actually, with Sweet Child of Mine by the Guns N' Roses.
Oh, that was just noodling around?
That sound, that almost like a merry-go-round sound. It was something that he used to fool around with, that Slash used to fool around with, and he featured on the song, and so that sort of coincidence, that sometimes strikes gold,
Well, I was watching the Eagles documentary, and they were talking about the same thing with Joe Walsh just noodling around, and it was like something he did to like just move his hands around, and Glenn Fry's like, "What is that?" And,
what is that? Play it again.
Yeah, I think that became Victim of Love, maybe one of those tunes.
Victim of Love. I only can remember Victim of Changes, but that's another thing.
Well, the Mighty Priest.
Yeah. We've gotten back to Mighty Priest. Like we said, it's all a circle.
It's all a circle.
We get back around.
It always comes back to Judas Priest.
Always comes back to Judas Priest, the conversation. Yeah. Because when you said victim, I said, well, victim of changes. That's
victim of changes. Oh, man, now I'm going to go listen to that. All right, man. Well, it was great. Another awesome session with you, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll have
hopefully we'll have another one soon.
Topic. Oh yeah. We'll have a topic of some discourse, and if anybody's listening and has ideas for topics,
ideas for us to talk about,
throw it out there. We're happy to ramble. Yeah.
Or at least we'll try it. We'll ramble around it.
Yeah. If somebody's got to throw something out there so that we're challenged,
Please do.
Because we could just get into it and then always end up on Judas Priest. So
it's like we talked about on a message that I sent you. We should try and release the video.
Oh yeah. We'll put that out there
because this is more interactive. I
there
can
you
show stuff.
And everybody can go,
oh,
that's
patches,
what it is. Right.
I can show my
the chicken, the cock.
My Marcellus chicken.
Yeah.
My exercise bicycle, and part of my collection is over there,
Oh yeah. Just out of reach.
Just out of reach. I have those small bears from the Grateful Dead. Okay.
Oh yeah. The bears they put on all the t-shirts.
This is it's fluorescent. It glows in the dark. This is the dancing bear, steely red glow. So that's it. I have two of a collection of 6. I don't have all the 6, but one day I will. No, awesome. But it would be cool to have this, and podcast is cool. Okay.
Yeah. We'll put this out on YouTube so that people can go, cool. Oh my God, what are those guys? That's what they look like.
What are those guys talking about? Chicken stuff. Instead of talking about music, they're talking about chicken. What the hell is this? What the hell's going on in their heads?
All right, man. Well, thank you again, and we'll do this
My
again.
pleasure.
Soon.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again real soon, hopefully. Okay.
All right. See you, man.
Bye.
It is always a great time talking with my friend Nuno. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to all the bands, music, and books mentioned in this episode.
Bands are nothing without you, the fans. Purchasing music and merchandise is critical to their survival. If you can help out your favorite bands, please do. If you're in Michigan, consider following the Playing in Detroit Area Tonight and SE for Southeast Michigan Music Facebook pages. They are fantastic places for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans of Bands. Spread the word by rating the show, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your family, telling your priest, tell everyone, and leave a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jam.